Can we just admit this whole woke thing isn't working?
Woke thing?
I mean, it's been great in so many ways, but now it's like every movie and every TV show, it's like you can see through it now. Audiences want to be entertained. They don't want to be preached at. And if you're just doing shows and movies that have an agenda, it's like it's just going to keep failing.
Randy, what are you talking about?
South Park is a perfect example of a master at its craft. The latest special by the South Park gang, South Park Into the Panderverse, is no exception. When it comes to making fun of both sides on the latest Hot Topic issues, no one does it better. At their worst, they're still better than the average show. For example, I thought their pandemic specials were just okay, but had plenty to enjoy. But not their best, and a little one-sided on the pro and anti-vax jokes. But once they went back to their normal routine and the later specials, it's all been great. I would put this new special down as one of their best and perfectly timed. In classic South Park fashion, Into the Panderverse had two storylines going on, and a loose tie-in of both of them at the end. Storyline A is about Cartman entering an alternate universe where everyone is a diverse woman and he's being chased by Kathleen Kennedy, while a Cartman variant of Kathleen Kennedy is ruining Disney by putting gay women in every movie. They take a lot of shots at Kathleen Kennedy, Disney, multiverses, characters we know being replaced with diverse women, and the people that complain about the woke movies. Storyline B is about how Randy and everyone in the town can no longer do anything thanks to AI, and the only people left in the world that can do anything are handymen and jobs that require arms. The handyman gets so rich that they don't need work all the time, and they can't be bribed to do small, easy tasks like Randy needing his oven door fixed. They take shots at college being useless now that it's good for nothing but causing a lot of debt. People worrying about AI but being too lazy to learn how to do anything, and billionaires not helping because they're too busy trying to fuck around in space. Then it all ties back together at the end when Bob Iger and Disney executives come to South Park looking for Cartman, because he was sucked into a different universe thanks to Kathleen Kennedy, and she was replaced by Cartman Kennedy thanks to the Pander Stone. They want the original Kathleen Kennedy back so they can make good movies again, and Randy is more than happy to blame Kathleen Kennedy on all of their problems and use it to deny that people don't have a problem not being able to do anything. He also uses the multiverse after saving Cartman to bring more handymen into the world, so there are more workers to fix all their stuff and they don't have to learn how to do anything. All the jokes feel right on the money and all the references perfectly timed, like referencing Baldur's Gate 3, Elon buying Twitter, then challenging Zuckerberg to an MMA fight, the billionaires having a space race in multiverse movies. Although this will date the special and probably make it less likely to hold up as time goes on. All these references are seen through the idea that handymen become billionaires because they're the only ones who can still fix things, since AI isn't threatening their jobs, as well as Disney replacing well-known movie characters with diverse women. In terms of AI, they do a good job showing the idea that AI and technology will have an effect on people who have jobs that are solely based on the amount of information they learned from going to college. But they also do great showing the reverse, that there are still things you need arms to be able to do, and that AI won't do everything. People are just getting so dependent on technology, they no longer know how to do anything themselves and just complaining instead of doing anything about it. But the main thing everyone on the internet seems to be talking about is how they made fun of Kathleen Kennedy and Disney. They had a similar through line of being lazy and complaining instead of do anything while poking fun at Disney versus woke critics. They did take shots at both sides, and I felt like did it well and fairly. The main scene that did this was at the end when Cartman and Kathleen Kennedy sit down at City Woke and figure out what is going on. Kathleen Kennedy talks about how they started very conservatively using this ancient AI technology known as the Pander Stone to start making movies that could appeal to everyone. But as the Stone started to add diverse women to movies, she started getting hate mail calling her the C word. So instead of ignoring it, she just doubled down and started abusing the Panderstone to make more and more AI created diverse movies that change legacy characters to diverse women. But the more she used the stone, the more hate mail would come in calling her the C word. Eventually, she used the stone so much it sucked her into an alternate diverse universe and replaced her with Cartman Kennedy to do what she wants and make all Disney movies terrible. But it turns out all of that hate mail Kathleen Kennedy was getting was all just from Cartman. That's why the Panderstone chose Cartman Kennedy to replace Kathleen. At the end of the conversation, Kathleen says, "I'm sorry for destroying all the characters you love with lazy pandering." Cartman says, "I'm sorry, I just complained about woke stuff. That's pretty lazy too." They make the point that one created the other, and that it isn't creative or constructive to just remake and diversify movies. Also saying just complaining about it and calling executives names is also not constructive or helpful. It is the classic, both the extremes are stupid commentary by the South Park crew. And as one of the people that is not a fan of woke ideals being put into entertainment for the sake of woke and not to the benefit of the story, I fully acknowledge I am seen as Cartman in this case, and I think it is hilarious. I have thick enough skin to find the humor at all. Although I criticize the woke stuff when it doesn't work in a story in the hopes to make movies great again, I completely understand the extremes and how it can be seen, and I find it funny. There are other instances and jokes about both sides, and Stan and Kyle, of course, seem like the reasonable ones. The ones that kind of voice how Trey Parker or Matt Stone really feel. So they say stuff like multiverses are lazy writing, and they don't mind diverse characters if they're just real characters, and point out Miles Morales as an example. But they say just taking a character and making them a diverse woman is weird and not necessary. I also love how everyone in the town, when Stan and Kyle say, "Hey, this black lady is Cartman," they all just go, "Yeah, okay, I'm fine with that." And then Kyle asks, "Fine with what exactly?" And they never get a response. There are things I wish they had done differently, though. I wish they had went harder on Disney and Bob Iger than just saying it's all Kathleen Kennedy. Bob is a huge part of why Disney's movies suck now, and it felt like it was low-hanging fruit they just passed up. I also think they gave a little too much credit to pre-Panderstone Kathleen Kennedy and her accomplishments. Saying before all that, she made good movies and studios lots of money. But ever since George Lucas left Lucasfilm, it's been on the decline. Kathleen Kennedy was just a producer and had less power. She was probably fine at her job, but when she got to be in charge, she has not done well. All of her success was thanks to how powerful of a brand George Lucas left her. They could have taken shots at more Disney executives and still kept the balance, but that is my personal bias on the matter. Overall, if I was asked to watch this special again, I would happily do it. I enjoyed it for what it was and have no real complaints on the story, structure, characters, or humor. It is classic South Park doing what they do best, shining the light on two extreme sides of a relevant argument of the time and going, look at all the stupid people in the world. Also, childish humor is still funny, and fuck you if you think otherwise. If you want to smile and laugh for 45 minutes, go check out South Park Into the Panderverse. I'd highly recommend it. Well, I'm going to be like Diverse Cartman and go play Baldur's Gate 3 now. Maybe go check out my Let's Plays on it and look out for more in the future. Thank you for watching if you've stayed this long, and I will see you in the next review video. Like and subscribe. Bye.
You might think everything is okay, but Disney, he's gonna get you. Kathleen Kennedy's gonna get you. Disney and Kathleen Kennedy are gonna get you.